Hi Terrell, I wanted to make you a video to kind of go over your essay just so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. The essays, when they get turned in, they go through the software called turnitin.com. And what that does is it basically kind of cross-references whatever you submit with pretty much whatever is out there on the internet. And so it cross-references with websites and chunks of text and all that. So I just wanted you to kind of see what this is so you can understand where I'm coming from in terms of trying to grade it. And this is not uncommon, like it's happened plenty. So when I click, so the way Turnitin works is there is a feedback studio, so I can click on it and see the feedback, and I think you can click on it and see the feedback too. That is like when you submit the document, it goes into that file folder and you're able to actually look at the feedback. But I want you to see what I see so that it makes a little bit more sense. So when you turn it in to Turnitin, what happens is it cross-references with all those websites, and then anything that comes up in highlight is words that are commonly used or used somewhere else. And so some of it will be like a word or an idea or a direct quote. So it's color coded, so I actually don't look at percentages that are a lower color code. When it gets into the orange range or one of the brighter colors, it means that there's more information taken from outside sources and not cited properly. And that's the range that you're in. So it actually went up from 63%, which is what it was before, and now it's 65% match overview. So I'm going to click on it so you can see. So it will tell me where this information is coming from. So I have your essay here on the left, and then I have where it's coming from on the right. And so 54% of it is from a source called gradesfixer.com. That's the internet source that I was telling you about, because that was the one that had the chunk of the majority last time. 6% comes from this Weebly one, and then 5% comes from the Yavapai College. And so I usually don't fuss too much with the smaller percentages because it's often like a quote that you took from a source or a writer took from a source, and it just isn't cited properly, meaning it doesn't have the parenthetical citation, and it's just it's a lack of citing. What stumps me and makes it really difficult for me to grade is when I have a percentage like this. This is huge. This means that 65% of your essay is coming from outside sources, at least according to Turnitin.com. Now, of course, that's not completely accurate because some of them are just words. But if you look at a chunk here, it will tell you where it comes from. This is like a website that actually writes something for you, and so it's information that's coming from a source that's not you. So I'm going to scroll through so you can see it. And actually, I'm going to take this off so you can see the actual essay. I'm going to move myself over and start from the beginning of your essay. So I just want you to pay attention to these highlighted areas. So these are the ones that are not cited properly or coming from another source. I'm just going to go through it so you can see. So even if you change wording that comes from a source, you still technically need to cite it. It would be cited as a paraphrase. Taking someone's words and kind of changing them a little bit is still considered a citing. You paraphrase it instead of using direct quotation marks. So if it's a paraphrase, you still have to give the parenthetical citation referencing where it came from. So you can see my dilemma. It's difficult for me to grade your work when so much of it is coming from that outside source. And so you can see that here. So more than half of it. That's why I was suggesting that you make an outline first and then follow your own outline to get to the ideas that you want to make, because that would make more sense. This is just difficult to grade. So here you go. So again, this is why I'm having a hard time grading it. So I'm not sure where we need to go from here, but I just wanted to make it clear kind of what I'm looking for. I would recommend that you start from scratch and come up with an outline. Come up with an idea of the thing that you want to talk about. If it's something that's in here, that's fine. You can take an idea and you can run with it. But I would recommend starting from scratch. So starting from scratch means like think about the story and what stood out to you, and then ways you can kind of go in there and break it apart and analyze it into chunks. Making an outline, I can help you with the outline if you have ideas that you're like, I'm interested in these 3 things from the story, whether it's like symbolism or imagery, or how the tone, how the setting and tone affect the message, overall message of the story. Whatever you're interested in, again, I would outline it first because then you'll be able to flesh it out and fill it in with some actual substance. So that is my advice to you. Please let me know what you want to do so we can move forward. I don't want you to get caught up on this and get behind. Okay, so after thinking about it for a second, I have another idea, and so follow me on this. You do have another option if you decide that you don't want to start over with this essay or outline it. And that would be to submit the poetry essay and to submit the drama essay. That way you have clean slate moving forward and you're done. Like it looked like you already posted your poetry essay online, and so that would mean that you would do the last essay, which is the essay on fences. And so you have two options for that essay. Essay number 3, the first one is a critical analysis of fences and connecting it to contemporary society and the issues we're facing today, which I think would be easy for you to do, or the rewrite of one of the scenes from the play. Again, that's another option if you want to just forget about essay number 1 and complete essay numbers 2 and 3. So I just thought of that, and I just wanted to present it so you have choices. All right, please get back to me soon so we can figure out what we're doing. Bye!